Alright, this training is on the damage policy and kind of how we assign responsibility for damage. So there's many different types of damage, and basically what damage is, it's any event or anything that causes us to pay money. And so, this can include denting a fender, blowing a tire, losing a mud flap, or like I said, anything that we need to spend money on to fix a mistake. And this kind of boils down to two major types of damage. There's physical damage and financial damage, and you need to be aware of both types. So physical damage is anything that happens to the truck, the load, or the trailer, or something that is damaged by the truck, load, or trailer. And then basically financial damage is anything else. So it's the fees imposed by the shipper, receiver, or broker. It's time lost from truck breakdown, or the money spent to fix that mistake. And so you want to avoid all of these type of things, and because these damages, either financial or physical, will be assigned to the drivers. And so it's assigned to the drivers based on a series of inspections. And so that's why these inspections are so important. It's important to inspect all of your equipment before using your equipment. And the reason for this is, first off, so that you can drive safely. But another big reason is so that you don't get blamed for other drivers' mistakes and their damage that they've caused to the equipment previously. And so this assignment of damage is given to both drivers. It doesn't matter which driver caused the damage or who was driving the truck at the time, but it matters, the two people that are in the truck will both split the damage, and it's split according to the profit split percentages. So an example of this, if there's a senior trainer and a junior trainee, the senior trainer would take 67% of that damage, and then the junior driver would take 33%, just like they get from the truck profit. So we have a policy of treating it like a rental car. And so if you've ever rented a car, you'll understand this. That's very simple, that you fill up the tank when you get in the truck so that you don't have to pay for someone else's fuel. And then you fill up the tank when you get out, and so that you don't get charged anything extra by the leasing companies. You inspect the truck before you get in so you don't get blamed for some other previous damage. And then you want to make sure that you inspect it after so that you can know for sure that you didn't cause any damage to the vehicle and you don't get blamed for the next driver's damage. And if you don't get an inspection done, then you need to take pictures so you have proof. So if there's been damage previously reported, you won't be charged for it. And if you do an inspection and you find damage that's never been reported, then you need to report it at that time, because then the previous driver will be charged. And there will be $100 or 10% given to that general damage fund so that that money can build up to pay for these damages. So if damage is reported after using equipment, you will be charged. And so that's important to know so that you can always report the damage before using the equipment. Again, if a third party finds unreported damage, let's say you get pulled over and a police officer finds damage, you'll also be charged for that. And if you fail to report the damage at the time, but you have some type of proof, whether it's a picture or some other evidence that shows that you did not cause the damage, then you'll still be charged a fee for not reporting it initially, but you will not be assigned the full amount of the damage. That'll be charged to the previous driver. So how do you avoid being assigned this damage, right? You don't want to be assigned this damage, and so to do that, you just call up your dispatcher or the maintenance line first, and so this maintenance line is here, and you report this damage. It's very simple, it's very easy. It's just one call, that's all. You'll leave a message and you'll be safe. And so what do you do when you do cause damage? It's very important to know you need to call your dispatcher. That's always the number one thing to do. He's always the first person to talk to. And your dispatcher will help you know what to do. And the reason for this is his job is to help make the best decisions for you to keep you safe and to save you money. And so it's very important that you know to call your dispatcher. So this is our damage policy, and it's very simple. And as you follow it, you'll be able to stay consistently safe and avoid any damages that may be assigned to you otherwise.